Hey folks, I'm HP and here I'm going to talk about injuries. Unfortunately, any guitar player who really wants to push it to the limits one day might face some kind of injuries or at least distraction and pain. And the point is, if you don't really watch out or know the tricks behind it, it really can lead to a really bad injury which takes you up for months. I don't know the English word for that. It's called in German Sehnenscheidenentzündung, stuff like that. And I also have been infected by such things a few times, so I know all tricks. I've been to many doctors and specialists and know all opinions. And I found my own ways how to deal with that. Of course, everybody has an individual story, but a few things are for sure you can tell by now. And some doctors don't know the perspective of a guitar player. So my tips and tricks about injuries. But of course, if the pain doesn't stop, go to a doctor or as a physiolog. I don't know the English word for that. So where the pain does occur often is like here above on the hand, or like here, or any kind of muscle things. Sometimes you even have a tennis arm, stuff like this. And to understand the nature of the injury, guitar playing is not a natural movement which our body was created for. That's why you need to know a few things about that. But the main reason why you get injuries, I know this during my career, is always when you want to push it too hard and you want to play stuff which is beyond your current limit. And that's the main reason for any kind of injuries. You can practice, I've been practicing like for 10 years or between 10 and 16 hours daily. So I really know how hard you can push your body. And of course, the older you get, the easier you get injuries. When you're younger, it's not such a problem, but it can lead to problems. I got my first injury at the age, I think, of 24. But then in that case, it was lucky for all your guitar players out there. Originally, I'm a pianist, and I got a heavy injury from piano player and needed to stop entirely, and then I switched to guitar. Yeah, but that's another story. So now the main thing, point one, don't push it too hard. You can push it when you practice. You can push it till a point where you feel your muscles are kind of in action, or you move your muscles. That's okay. Sometimes if you do kind of stretching stuff, like when you practice 3-note per string stuff or legato playing, is very dangerous for any kind of injuries. And in all these cases where you feel the tension pretty quick in your hand or your hands, then reduce it or just tilt to that point and then you stop. And accept, that's the second main tip, accept your current playing level. It always hits those who have a lot of motivation, very high goals. It always hits those kind of players. If high goals is okay, keep it going, practice hard if you want. But if you feel any kind of pain, then stop it and don't push it too hard, and don't practice the stuff too fast. The speed will come anyway. If you keep it going over years, the practicing, you will get fast. If you want to push it to speed and you're not able to play that speed at the current moment where you're practicing, then you're really in danger of getting any kind of injury. The third tip, which is also very useful, is understand that this position like this is not natural. So often if the pain occurs here, it doesn't come from here. Often it comes from the the region more back, or even from up here. Sometimes it comes from the neck, sometimes comes from the shoulder, sometimes comes from here. And there's you can go to a specialist. I don't know the English word for those people, but you can easily find it out. You just search your muscles, and when you press like this, you might find a spot where it really hurts. And that's the spot where it comes from. So if you have a pain up here and it hurts here, then it comes from here and not from here. And then you should really work on relaxing those muscles and do some exercises to relax. Any kind of sports or stretching exercises, like I found out like stretching like this or like this relaxes all muscles. Just pull it up like this till you reach the highest point. That stretches great. Or like this, or any kind of stretching like this. Like swimmers. Have you ever seen how swimmers do stretching? Or stretch like this? Anything which brings your muscles back in balance is important for your healing process. Tip number 4. If you have any kind of creams who reduce the pain, they don't really help. I mean, they can help, but if the pain is reduced, the problem is not solved. So the cream is cool just for short term, getting the pain under control, but for long term, work on your muscles. Tip number 5, of course, go to see a doctor. And tip number 6, if the pain is so hard that you cannot hold a cup or a pencil anymore, then stop completely. Then you need to wait. If the pain is like a normal pain, like when you were jogging or I don't know, do any sports and you have a slight pain from the movement, then you still can continue, but then you really need to do the relaxing exercises, like any kind, or I don't know, you can hang on a tree like this and have your full weight on your arms. Anything which relaxes all these kind of muscles up here helps in this case. But if the pain is like this, that you cannot hold anything anymore, then you need to stop completely and wait. And don't do anything at that time. You can do the exercises, of course, as additional thing, of course, but anyway, I would do that anyway. But in this case, you should not play guitar at all till you can do more or less normal movements. When is the point to start again playing? The doctors say if the pain is gone. I would say if the pain is still a little bit here, because then you can feel exactly what you're doing wrong. And if you ran into a problem with the injury, then anyway, you need to work on your playing technique, because the first thing is, as I said, if you're pushing it too hard. The second thing, if your technique is not smooth enough. And that's very dangerous to get injuries. This combination, pushing it too hard and technique is not good enough or smooth enough, then you have a very high chance on running into problems. In this case, step back and do things slowly. Remember, the speed will come anyway. But if you want to go for speed, you might more run into an injury than getting faster. Yeah, I think these were the main tricks or the main tips I can give you. It's of course only for those players who really want to know it. I noticed a lot of my students ran into such problems because they think, oh, the stuff which I'm doing looks so easy. And it's so easy, but it's not. The easier it looks, if you see any kind of player, you think, oh wow, this is doing nothing. I mean, it looks so easy. And then it's very likely that this guy or woman who plays really invested a lot of time that everything looks so smooth, because the practicing work is the practicing word is here to make the movements and all. I mean, guitar playing is a complex thing, and all these movements, they are very, very much optimated on low movements. So if you practice stuff and you have a lot of movement in your hand or here or anything which moves too much, when you practice a lot, you reduce the movement to the minimum, and this also prevents you from injuries. And these are these things. I mean, I'm not a personal doctor or personal coach, but I thought it would be helpful that you get a few tricks how to avoid injuries before you run into them. Just think about those tips I gave to you. Yep. And the last but main tip, which prevents you from injuries, is enjoy the music. Music is not a race. Music is not competition. Music is to express feelings. And if you have the wrong motivation in music, it doesn't work. Because then you don't have a connection with the guitar. If you have a total connection with the guitar, an emotional connection, you will never have an injury, because then the whole system works for the music. But if you have wrong, I mean, this sounds a little bit spacey maybe for some of you, but I'm serious with that because it's my experience. If you have the wrong motivation for music, then it's most likely that you run into any kind of difficulty, or you don't sound well, and in the harder part you get an injury. Good. So these were my main tips. Enjoy music, enjoy guitar playing, stay relaxed, relax your body. Also live a little bit, meet your friends and stuff like that. This all things which really work.